Hello, beautiful souls. So, this message is not going to resonate with everyone, okay? It's going to be a little specific, but take what does, okay? Even sometimes when messages are not really for us, we learn something about them, maybe. So you have this masculine here, right? And you thought that this masculine was like ignoring you, not wanting to be in your life, on contact, whatever, right? But I feel like you're starting to realize that you are the one who ignored this masculine all along, right? And we knew this. At least I did. Right? Because it's the law, what we give, we receive back. But I really feel like this masculine is a representation of your own masculine. Since we are in union, since we are in this twin flame journey, and what does mean the twin flame? It means that we are in a spiritual journey, right? And as we are in spiritual journey, we tend to start to see our relationships as spiritual, right? And so we attract regular relationships, right? But since we are spiritual, we see them in spiritual ways, so they become spiritual. So regular relationships become a soulmate relationship or a twin flame relationship. And today I'm talking about the twin flame, okay? So this masculine represents a part of your life, and this could be like a work or a way of working, if this makes sense. Like, could be your regular work, but somehow you come up with a new idea, a new approach, a new personality, a new whatever you want. Please help me, this makes sense. But this could be your work, or this could be like a routine that you had. This could be a wish, like going to the gym, or something you wanted to improve in your life, right? But I feel like at some point you give up of that way of being. At some point you, or like, you did it, so it was over. You got the muscles, so you don't need to go to the gym again. Something like this, or like life just move on, and you started to do things differently, right? And I feel like in this relationship there was this transient energy. There was this it wasn't for so long. It wasn't going to be for so long because you let go of that masculine within yourself. Don't know if I'm making sense, right? But then you forgot that that masculine existed, that you were like that that you had that point in your life. And this makes very much sense for people who are very much have much air in their charts, or like who are wanderers, right? Because we tend to change routines, and we tend to change timelines. We tend to change things over and over again, right? Or like it also happens very much to people who are not very confident, right? So they are always looking for the thing that is right, although we know that nothing is right or wrong in this life, right? The universe follows you. But yes, so I feel like you are overcoming, right, that rejection of that masculine. that you saw as a reflection of him, right, towards you. But I feel like figuring out that you are the one, you know, you are regaining your power because you are understanding that that masculine represented a part of your own masculine that it's now gone. You are the one who rejected yourself, you know, and this sounds really bad. I know it does. But if I started to see it like this, I see it with everyone, right? I had a relationship for 10 years and I tried to go back to that masculine. I wanted that masculine and I wanted that masculine, but I was no longer that masculine, right? And sometimes I was, and then he comes back, he came back, you know, and all of this, but I rejected that. I said I need to move on, right? I cannot be this person anymore, or I cannot do things in this way anymore, or this is not working, or whatever, right? I was the one that rejected that energy from my life, and then somebody comes, and then somebody plays the role of that masculine that was within me, was in my life, was my routine, was my work, was my way of doing things towards the outside world, right? And then that masculine comes and shows you exactly who you were, right? And now I'm considering that in order to have a really stable relationship for a long time, right? Depends on what you want. I am just so tired of being transient in everything, of being like airy fairy all around, right? And I have a daughter and I have like real world responsibilities and entire things. And I really wish that I could have a really earthly, grounded person next to me to help me like settle down and calm a little, right? And so I'm really figuring out, and this is a little scary, that I must be that masculine for a long time, right? I must be, and yet I'm still not sure, you know, because like imagine I could be that masculine for 5 years, right? Super grounded and super safe and super like, I don't know, I'm seeing an emperor, right? Um, like a king that's really like on top and in control and has power over his kingdom, right? And I could be that masculine for a long time, but only when I let go of myself, right? Of that masculine. Only when I let it go is when he comes back, right? So I'm really not sure if I'm ever gonna have a partner. And I hope this is not your story, okay? But I must speak the truth because in this world of like that we are getting into, right, of the all-seeing eye of heaven, of this energetic world, right, that we call the new world or new earth or whatever it is, right? This place where we can change timelines whatever we want, and that we are seeing the reflection of who we really are in order for us to change who we really are. It's getting a little confusing. And I really hope that this is not your story, but if you are connecting with it, if you know my the answer to my questions, right? If I'm you, then please comment, okay? Put a like, and I love you so much. Thank you so much for being there. and I'll see you soon. Bye.